Ah, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. The newest Legend of Zelda game at this current moment. But how did we get here? Well, first we need to talk about this little company called Nintendo. And before we talk about Nintendo, we have to talk about the concept of Nintendo. So, Nintendo started in the 23rd of September, 1889, making it more than 100 years old. Yeah, Nintendo has come a long way. And it was mainly known for its toys, like the Hanafuda cards, or flower cards. Do I know how to play the game? No. But the Yakuza really liked it. And you know who owns Yakuza? Sega. And Yakuza totally isn't a pair of gangsters. No. Yakuza's a video game. So yeah, you can blame Nintendo for the gangsters and the Yakuza series. And the Hanafuda cards were really popular, especially when Disney said, hell yeah, I want some of those too. And you know what? Nintendo almost went out of business. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But then it got a new leader to replace them. That being Hiroshi Yamauchi. Yeah, and this happened in the 1960s. Damn, that's a long time to produce cards. With a handful of other toys as well, like the Ultra Grab from the Nintendo Wii. But in the 1970s, the now owner of Nintendo said, okay. That's enough of the toys. You ever heard of a video game? There's this little company called Atari and Mattel. They're going fucking nuts over there. You know, with their 2600s and their Coleco and Intellivisions. We gotta make a game console. So, Nintendo finally released their first ever game console. And you all know it. The Color TV Game 6. Why number 6? We don't fucking know. And it's Pong. You like Pong? Because that's what you're fucking getting. But then, they said, alright. We're sorry. Let's make another one. So then, they made the Color TV Game 15. Alright. Then we're like, alright, let's actually get serious. So in 1978, we got the Color TV Game Racing 112. What the fuck are these names? Alright. We're incredibly sorry. Now, finally, we're getting into the console everyone knows. That being the Color TV game Block Kashuzi. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And it doesn't come with Pong this time. It comes with Breakout. Holy shit. What the fuck? But then they were like, okay, we're incredibly sorry. So in the 1980s, they finally released the computer TV game. And they said, we're sorry, but we're kind of sick and tired of releasing shit only in Japan. Because they still didn't know what the fucking America was. And I don't think they were great big fans of us. But they were like, okay, if we start appealing to the Americans, maybe we can start getting money. So their next console didn't come out in America. That being the family computer. Yeah, the family computer. With such classics like Super Mario Bros., The Legend of Zelda, Mario USA. Wait a minute. I've heard of that before. Well, probably because they released this family computer in Japan only, but then they decided, alright, America, here, have it. And they released the Nintendo Entertainment System. But before we talk about that, we gotta talk about how it released. Because in the 1983s, the infamous video game crash happened because Atari didn't know how to publish a good video game. So we got shit like E.T. and 1,000 copies buried in the desert. So there was a really big video game crash in America. No one liked these video game shits because it was all just Pong or E.T. So then they decided, we're sorry, but video games are no more. It's just a little thing we wanted to try out. We knew it was a failing market anyway. They'll never get popular again. So sadly, boys and girls only had their toys in their designated toy aisles. And if a boy goes over to the girl one to play with the Barbie that acts like a fucking lighter, then you get called a homophobic slur. And if a girl wants to go over to the boy toy section so she can play with her uranium kit and glass blowing kit, then she gets hit with the, we can't think of a homophobic slur at this point, so get the fuck out of here, transvestite. So sadly, the boys had their boy toys and the girls had their breast inflating, expanding, fetish ass Barbie that they referenced in the movie. Not the fucking one that acts like a lighter. The Barbie movie was a fucking mistake. They forgot my favorite fucking Barbie. The one that acts like a goddamn lighter. So, when Nintendo decided, hey, we should probably bring this fabled family computer to the US, they were like, we're gonna have to change the fucking name. So they decided, Entertainment System. They said, alright, we'll choose that. And then the Nintendo Entertainment System came out. And it was released in the US in 1985. But, the electronics section can't have video games because of that fuck-ass crash. But dude, throw that shit in the boy toy aisle. And that's why playing video games is mainly a boy thing. Even though most video game players are women. You can thank that fucking Candy Crush game for that. Yep, your mom is the reason why more girls play video games. Not including mobile games, it's 90% boys. So then, we're hit with an issue. What the fuck was the point of Barbie on NES then? This is a girl's game. On my boy console? What the fuck? So no one really know why the fuck Barbie on NES ever existed. Because it didn't hit the same tones as Bubble Bath Babes. And Super Mario Brothers. And Duck Hunt. So boys were sitting here playing with their RC cars and their fabled Nintendo Entertainment System. And then a little game series by the name of The Legend of Zelda came out. And it's alright. It's not that good. I mean, personally, I prefer Mario 3. But that came out after. So then Nintendo said, holy shit, we're getting a lot of fucking money. Oh my god. So they said, we gotta capitalize on this. Now you're probably wondering why I skipped the Game & Watch. It's because we all like to pretend it never fucking happened in the first place. But it did technically come out before the Nintendo Entertainment System in the 1980s. But no one really gives a shit about ball. Or egg. Or Super Mario Brothers. What the fuck? Or Mario the Juggler. How fucking long have they been making these goddamn things? Goes up to the 1991. The Super Nintendo was out. So then they decided, alright, Famicom, you ever heard of a disk system? And then the Famicom disk system happened. Only in Japan though. That means better music. Mario Brothers was put on that bitch the next year. And also The Legend of Zelda. Yeah, a better soundtrack, and you can scream into the second controller port to kill the fucking rabbits. That's about it. There's no other differences. So that was fun. But then we have the Game Boy, with its fair share of games. like Mario Land, Mario Land 2, Mario Land 3, Link's Awakening. Yeah, such a memorable era. Too bad not a single worthwhile game ever fucking released on that. Oh shit, I forgot about Tetris. Yeah, Tetris happened. People love their fucking blocks, man. And fun fact, there is no NES version of Tetris that actually has the iconic Tetris theme. It's kind of sad. And of course there's this whole little tiny series called Pokemon. No one really gives a shit about that, so we're just gonna skip it. And then the Super Nintendo, with such classics like Mario World, Sim City, Mario Paint, Mario Kart, Star Fox, Mario Brothers, fucking again, and The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. It was alright. I never beat it. A Link to the Past is probably one of the more better Zelda games, and where the Zelda timeline gets incredibly fucked up. Luckily, we're not talking about that, are we? The Super Nintendo was really cool, and over in Japan land, they got the Super Famicom. I ran out of things to say about the Super Nintendo. I guess the coolest thing that ever released on it was Uniracers. Probably the best game on the fucking console, to be honest. If you never played Uniracers, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Do you know who the fuck made Uniracers? Fucking Rockstar. Yeah, the GTA San Andreas people made fucking Uniracers. They need to bring that shit back. I guess Earthbound is good too. No, Earthbound sucks ass. You ever play Uniracers? Then Nintendo said, we need another goddamn console. So how about we make a console that can do 3D graphics? And that console was the Virtual Boy, with its 4 games. You know what? I'll list every game on the Virtual Boy, because there's really that little. We got 3D Tetris, Galactic Pinball, Golf, Japanese Jack Bros, Mario Clash, Mario Tennis, Nestor's Funky Bowling, Panic Bomber, Red Alarm, SD Gundam Dimension War, Space Invaders Virtual Collection, Space Squash, Telro Boxer, V Tetris, Vertical Force, Virtual Bowling, Virtual Boy Wario Land, the best game on the system, by the way, Virtual Fishing, Virtual Lab, Virtual League Baseball, and Water World. Notice how I didn't say a single Zelda game there. So that's why we're not going to be talking about it. Also, I'm not sure half these games even fucking exist. So then Nintendo said, holy shit, that was a fuck up. People are getting headaches playing goddamn pinball. Let's make the Ultra 64. That's a dumbass name. Call it the Nintendo 64, motherfucker. Okay, we'll call it the Nintendo 64. Let's talk about the 3 games that released. You have Pilot Wing 64. What a classic. Mahjong. With a fucking Ethernet adapter coming out of the goddamn cartridge. Holy shit. Like, the console just came out. Why the fuck do you need an Ethernet cable coming out of it? And I don't even know if that's the launch one, because there's 500 fucking Mahjong games on the damn console. And of course, really not worthwhile game whatsoever. Mario 64, blah blah blah. You know, let's just skip that one. There's not really much interesting talking about Mario 64. It's not like it was the most revolutionary game ever fucking made. But do you know what did come out on the Nintendo 64? Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. And it was alright. I never played it. And we have Majora's Mask. I have played this one. I remember being scared shitless while playing it because whenever the clock started going down, whenever the timer started ticking and I saw the screen start shrinking, I got scared as fuck and turned off the game and started playing Pikmin 2 because I played it on the GameCube. I never beat Majora's Mask and I don't intend to. Wow. So many fun games on the Nintendo 64. The console with fucking Paper Mario on it. A way better game. And Glover. But Nintendo said, alright, you know the Game Boy, we can make it better. Here's the Game Boy Color. And what did that add? Why, The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX. It's the exact same game. But it added a few more just to settle y'all the fuck down. The 2 dual release games, The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages and The Legend of Zelda Buck and The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons. You could play one, transfer the save to the other using a password and continue there, or play the other, save the password and play it on the other. It's really fucking cool. They never did that ever again, not even with Pokemon games. Like, let's be for real, who the fuck is buying a Pokemon game? That's the reason they're $100, right? That means they're dog shit? 'Cause, you know, the games are rare, right? That means no one bought them. It's not like they're the most fucking bought video games of all time on every goddamn Nintendo platform. Like, they're incredibly rare because no one fucking likes them, right? They're dog shit. It wouldn't make sense if people really liked the games and then tried to sell them for $100 each, cartridge only. If a game is rare, that means no one liked it and didn't bother buying it. I think if you're a Pokemon fan, you should instantly get the death sentence. Then we have the Nintendo Power. We're skipping the Nintendo Power. I don't want to fucking talk about the Nintendo Power, man. I hate this shit. The Game Boy Advanced. Such a classic console. With classics like Mario Advance 1, Mario Advance 2, Mario Advance 3, and my personal favorite, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. But it did have its fair share of Zelda games. So fucking many, man. So, what games came out? Well, Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, and Four Swords. Yep, the Super Nintendo game and a separate game that requires 4 fucking players. Dear Lord. Was there any other Zelda games on this console? Maybe. There might have been. But according to the Wikipedia article that I'm reading here, there wasn't. Except that there was. You ever heard of Classic NES series? Yep, Zelda was on that bitch too. And they made it better than fucking Mario. What the fuck, man? Now, of course, you also had your e-reader shit, but, you know, Mario was on it. So, you really think they're gonna put a Zelda game on Mario? Fuck, Pikmin 2 was on this bitch. And they didn't even deserve fucking Zelda. Then we have the next generation of consoles. The GameCube, PS2, and Xbox. And the GameCube had its fair share of classics that we all know and love. Luigi's Mansion, Pikmin, Pikmin 2, Wave Race, Super Smash Bros. Melee, Animal Crossing. Just overall good games. And of course Legend of Zelda came with this too. And there was a shit ton that were all promotional items. What the fuck, man? One of the more notable ones is The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and Master Quest. Yep, Ocarina of Time was on the GameCube too. And it's alright. Still never played it. And the Master Quest, from what I heard, it's just like a cooler version of the game. There's not really much to it. Let's be for real. And then there was the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. People fucking hated this game because it was baby Zelda. But what a lot of people don't know is that the Japanese version of the Wind Waker had an entire fucking game mode with the Game Boy Advanced. That's kind of cool, right? There was also the Four Swords Adventure, because for some reason that had to be on GameCube as well. And it's a pain in the ass to play, because you need those 4 fucking Game Boys again. Was there any Legend of Zelda games that mattered? Yep, the Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition. Zelda 1, 2, A Link to the Past, I think. Ocarina of Time, again. Majora's Mask, which is how I played it. And a demo to the Wind Waker. But of course, let's be for real. The GameCube was the console you played Pikmin 2 and Luigi's Mansion on. Oh shit, I forgot Twilight Princess. Twilight Princess is really interesting. You know why? Because Twilight Princess released on 2 consoles. Holy shit. And the GameCube version's the correct one. The Twilight Princess also released on the Nintendo Wii. Yep, our next console. And Twilight Princess on the Wii was flipped. Just so Link was right-armed. Who the fuck thought that was a good idea? So yeah, you're technically playing, you know Mirror Mode from Mario Kart? It's that, but in an entire fucking Zelda game. But first we have to talk about the Nintendo DS. Now, what Legend of Zelda games came out on the Nintendo DS? Well, Mario 64 definitely isn't a fucking DS Zelda game, now is it? There's also PictoChat. Who the fuck used PictoChat? I'm not here for baby shit. I'm here for Zelda. And Super Princess Peach. I like playing with women's emotions. So, the Zelda games that came out on the Nintendo DS. They're both pretty much just Wind Waker games. Yep, it's Wind Waker all over again. Sorry. So, the first one we got is Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks. I played it, didn't fucking like it, and I solved one of the puzzles by accident. That was a long time ago as well. There's not much to it. You might as well skip it and just play 1,000 cooking recipes. The Phantom Hourglass. I didn't play Spirit Tracks, I played the Phantom Hourglass. How the fuck dare I forget about that one? No one played these games, man. No one gives a shit about them. DSiWare. With such classics as DSi Browser, DSi Camera, DSi Shop, Flipnote Studio, Mario Calculator, Mario Clock. I don't think any Legend of Zelda shit released on the DSiWare shop. Because why would it? But do not worry. You do have your fun stuff, like Photo Dojo. Probably the best game on the entire DSi shop. Oh, and of course Legend of Zelda 4 Swords Anniversary Edition. Can't forget about that. That came out in 2011. Do you know what else came out in 2011? The fucking 3DS. What the fuck? Now we're finally onto the Wii, with such classics as the tech demo that is also called Wii Sports and is probably the most boring thing if you're not playing for nostalgia. Wii Play, another fucking tech demo, with the only good game being fishing and billiards. But what Legend of Zelda games released on it? Well, Super Paper Mario definitely doesn't count, but Link's Crossbow Training did. With this fuck-ass Wii Zapper, you got Link's Crossbow Training. I can't get past the first level. You need like a certain score, and I just cannot be bothered. But we also got a bunch of new Play Control games as well. You bet your ass! Legend of Zelda did not release on that. Nor did Chibi Robo. At least not over here in the US. Nintendo hates this little robot fuck. But Pikmin 1 and 2 did, but Pikmin 2 is really fucking weird, because it came out in 2009 everywhere, except for North America, where it came out in 2012 during under Nintendo Selects, even though it never became a fucking Select because it never released over here. So yeah, this game at launch was $20. And yet it still found a way to be $60 and $100 fucking dollars on eBay. But we're still missing the Legend of Zelda games. Well, that's where Skyward Sword comes in. Where you use the Wiimote and no one fucking liked it. And then they said, alright, fuck you. We're not making any more Zelda games for this console. Just enjoy your virtual console, Nintendos. Then everyone felt bad. So, for the 3DS, we got more Zelda love. You know the 3DS. Face Raiders. Steel Diver. Ocarina of Time 3D. Oh. Well, that was by complete accident. Ocarina of Time 3D. It's just Ocarina of Time. And of course, if they're gonna make Ocarina of Time, might as well make Majora's Mask. Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask 3D. That's pretty cool, right? What about A Link Between Worlds? Sure, go right ahead. Have fun with that. Don't fucking know why you would make that. That's actually kind of really embarrassing. Why the fuck did you make it? Alright, we're sorry. Here's Triforce Heroes. And now this game sits at 5 belows across the world. Okay, Nintendo, you gotta settle it down. Hyrule Warriors. Fucking sit down, man. Settle it the fuck down, okay? Calm down. Alright? Shit. You need to be stopped. You like Luigi's Mansion? No. But what about the eShop? Stop being a fucking baby, okay? The eShop? Shut up. Alright? No fucking Zelda games released there except for virtual consoles, dipshit. But My Nintendo, on the other hand... Yep, Club Nintendo had some shit. Nada. I mean, you could buy some Zelda soundtracks there, but who really cares about Club Nintendo? Let's talk about My Nintendo, the replacement. My Nintendo had a Zelda game. Yep, that being The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess for 3DS. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot a word. The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess Pit Cross for 3DS. You like Zelda? You like Pit Cross? That's what I thought. This was lackluster, and the fact that you can only get it through My Nintendo, and you can't even fucking get it anymore, what the hell was the point? Why the fuck did Nintendo do this? They knew people liked Twilight Princess. Did they not know no one fucking likes doing Pit Cross puzzles? So why the hell did they make this? Well, it's because it's called We Just Kind of Felt Like It One Day, because it's kind of funny. And we fucking hate our fans. So yeah, there was no more. Now on to the Wii U. Everyone's favorite failed console, and that half the games on this console can just be played on the Switch anyway. Such as classics like New Super Mario Bros. U, Lego City Uncovered, Pikmin 3, New Super Luigi U. Oh yeah, the year of Luigi. The time when Nintendo lost the most amount of money. Holy shit, Luigi is a fucking mistake, huh? Well, not always. But we did get a few Zelda games. The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker HD. People already didn't like this game, and making it HD doesn't make the wound any better. But of course, we can't talk about famous Legend of Zelda Wii U games without talking about NES Remix Pack. That was cool, right? But what about Hyrule Warriors? What the fuck is wrong with you, man? That shit's ass. Get a better fucking game. Fine. Fucking douchebag. Twilight Princess HD. Now you're talking my language. Twilight Princess HD. I never seen any gameplay footage of it. I don't know if it's the Wii or GameCube version. It's probably the GameCube version. And of course, the last Wii U Legend of Zelda game. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. My favorite Wii U game they ported to Switch. Yep. Breath of the Wild. It's alright for a Wii U game. I mean, it's not that good. I think the Switch port is definitely better. Now, what about the eShop? I'm going to fucking strangle you if you say, what about the eShop one more fucking time? You get an amiibo tap Nintendo's greatest bits, bitch. Now the Nintendo Switch. With the first game being a port of Breath of the Wild, they already knew that the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on Wii U failed, so might as well just port it to the Switch to see if more people buy it. Then we got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Any more Legend of Zelda games on Switch? Hyrule Warriors. Now, I see that you learned your lesson. Thank you for shutting the fuck up about Hyrule Warriors. It's not a good game, alright? The fact they made this game 3 fucking times, Nintendo should feel ashamed of themselves. Have I played it? Fuck no. Have I seen gameplay footage of it? Hell no. It's not a good game. You want to play a game like that? Go play fucking Dynasty Warriors on Xbox, bitch. Settle it the fuck down. Alright? Shit. But Nintendo thought, alright, since we're just remaking old games at this point, why not the fucking Game Boy game no one played? So then we have Link's Awakening. And in the Game Boy version, what the fuck? Nintendo also said, you know that little indie game, Crypt of the Necrope Dancer? What about Zelda? Cool. Then they said Hyrule Warriors again. What is your fucking problem, man? Who the fuck is playing Hyrule Warriors? Then they said, okay, we're sorry, here's Skyward Sword HD. Then people wanted Nintendo to burn because they kept making the bad Zelda games instead of the good ones. So they decided, Tears of the Kingdom? And that's the video that's the video game we're talking about today. Tears of the Kingdom. But we can't get to that point yet, because we have to talk about Pikmin 1 and 2. And Peach Showtime. And Nintendo World Championships NES Edition with Legend of Zelda in it. You know, the game where if you do a speedrun trick, it tells you to settle it the fuck down. But we're not quite there yet, because we also have Legend of Zelda Echoes of the Wisdom. You know, this is the second game where you can play as Zelda. This is the third game where you can play as Zelda. It's crazy that there's 3 games where you play as Zelda in a game called Legend of Zelda. Yeah, I kind of forgot about the CDI games. Lamp oil, rope, bombs. You want it? It's yours, my friend. As long as you have enough rupees. I'm sorry, Link. I cannot give credit. Come back when you're a little richer. Yeah, that's from the Link one. And then there's the Zelda one, which is pretty cool. And then there's Zelda's Adventure, which is live action and shit. It's fucking strange. That's the rarest one, by the way. Yeah, no one bought any fucking CDI games. There's also Hotel Mario. If you really want to play a Mario, like a weird-ass Mario game, like an more arcadey type Mario game, go with Hotel Mario. It actually ain't half bad. Too bad CDI emulation is dog shit. But, I don't know, someday we'll be able to play Hotel Mario. Or someone will fucking remake it, because we know Nintendo's not gonna. Yeah, Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. It's just Link's Awakening, except you're Zelda. How pretty. And then, the Nintendo Switch 2. Which, at the time of making this video, hasn't come out yet. Is there gonna be any cool Nintendo Switch 2 games? Well, Mario Kart's coming to it. Now, of course, we also forgot about iOS and Android. We're skipping that, because it only has 3 Mario games, and no Zelda games. And we also have the Game & Watch fucking systems that Nintendo made very recently, like the Mario Game & Watch, where you can play Mario. and the Zelda Game & Watch, which for some fucking reason is better than the Mario one. Yeah, that's quite a lot of Zelda and Nintendo history right there. And I definitely glossed over a bunch of stuff, like the Nintendo Switch Online virtual console bullshit with Zelda games on it, and how Ocarina of Time was unplayable because the fog was fucked up. Because if there's anyone more autistic than Sonic fans, it's Zelda fans. So anyway, now we can finally talk about Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Now that I am personally done talking about the Nintendo history. Just to get you a little caught up on what this Nintendo shit is. So, how's Tears of the Kingdom? I never played it. Because I'm not really a Zelda fan. I've always been more of a Pikmin fan. Zelda never really interested me. I always liked Pikmin. And anyway, I don't even really like Nintendo all that much. I'm more of an Xbox guy.